This is the weekly market update for the week of December 8th. And finally, we have some news from the Federal Reserve that came out yesterday. And they did the quarter point cut, expected at 90%. Everybody thought they're going to do that. But what they thought is that the Fed would be more hawkish. And instead, the Fed actually admitted that the Bureau of Labor Statistics household survey is flawed, which is finally the step in the right direction to address really the true employment numbers. And the Fed chair did say that the numbers were suspect because of revisions, which for the past 2 years have been revised. And ADP has been negative numbers. So it's about time the Fed finally admitted this problem that they have. And that's why he thought that the data going forward, and kind of caution what's going to be coming out on these other numbers is because it's incomplete. We know it's incomplete because of the government shutdown. But more importantly is that it's subject to revisions, and he did bring that up, which is finally a step in the right direction. The second thing, and the most important thing for what we're dealing with, is that instead of tightening and doing the QE, they reversed and just automatically flipped the switch to actually quantitative easing. What do I mean by that? Instead of letting all these securities that they bought roll off what we call their balance sheet, they have a balance sheet, is that now they're buying short-term securities and different types of securities in, let's say, the 2-year range, trying to drive down the short-term rates. Why? Because the banks have a plenty margin for reserves on the balance sheet, and they want the banks to start lending again because the banks have been in a restrictive process, and now he wants to get them going, taking a little more risk on because they've got plenty of reserves for the risk they take on. So we'll see how it plays out. Each week I'll let you know how really this 2-year timeline that he's kind of looking at buying things will play out with our 10-year securities. But that's at least a step in the right direction, adding liquidity in the marketplace.